Speaking of preparing for Sunday, Tyreek said that you guys are kind of having the mentality now that you're playing backs against the wall, like playoff football. Is that something that you're also seeing and kind of getting ready for the Patriots and knowing you guys can control your destiny?
Well, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't accomplish anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing that we won 2 games back to back. It's very hard to win in this league, but we still got a long way to go. So we know the position that we're in. We know we got to look each individual has to look themselves in the mirror and say, I got to be the reason why, I help this team win. That doesn't mean you have to be Superman. Just do your job. You know what I mean? And don't be the reason why it goes the other way. So I think we all had that mentality and just playing with that mindset, and it's been transferring to wins.
One other thing Tyreek mentioned today is not only praising how you've been playing, but saying Mike's used you in creative ways. Are there ways this year where you've been used that you haven't been used before? A couple of ways, anything new in your usage this year that Mike sort of explored?
I would say, I've been in a lot of offenses where, I have been put in a lot of positions, running back, receiver, fullback, slot. I've been everywhere. I've lined up everywhere in my career. I'm on 8 years now. Obviously, this is my skill set. Every team that I've been a part of has known that, what my skill set is. I would say Mike is just the way that the production and the efficiency is going. It's just, kind of panning out a little better right now. You know what I mean? So, and that's just the way it's been going. You know what I mean? Mike does a phenomenal job at getting guys the ball that he knows can help this team win. So, we just continue to trust in him, trust in his system, and just continue to stack these wins.
I know you said you didn't care about stats after the last game, but after you found out you were the first Dolphins system, first Dolphins tag game, you had 100 yards.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns. What was your reaction to that?
Now that was a cool stat.
Yeah.
That was a dope stat. I mean, like I said, I'm not, it's something you can go home to your kids and talk about. You know what I mean? So it's cool to hear that. What year was that?
Since 1970.
1970.
Yeah, first tight end to do it.
I wasn't even thought of at that time, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wasn't even thought of. My mom didn't even know my dad at that time. So it's a cool stat, man. So but again, like just trying to focus on the main thing, keep the main thing the main thing.
Yeah.
Keeping the kids, talking about your kids saying he caught the football. What does he do with it? Is it in his room? Like, is it in a little special case?
Dad's still figuring out how we're going to go about this one. This one is a little different. Baby, this one is a little different. This one is extremely special.
Yeah.
Just the way it went down. It's not just a regular football that's sitting in our, we kind of got like a little sports bar area in our house with, helmets, jerseys, and all this. This one is a little different. So we're still figuring out how we're going to treat this one.
Yeah, there have been good names here. Keith Jackson, Eric Green, Joe Rose, the team's radio analyst. There have been a lot of tight ends who could catch the ball. So it's a good accomplishment after 64 years.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt, no doubt.
Second to fewest 20-plus yard passing plays in the league this year. At some point, will a big play be needed?
Oh, of course. We always looking for big plays, and obviously Tua understands, what he has to, work with whenever he's on the field. So whenever that time comes, he's going to take his shot. You feel me? So we just waiting on our moment.
We've seen a lot of receivers in the league over many years. If they don't get a lot of targets, they'll complain. Are you impressed with how you and Jalen have handled it from a maturity standpoint this year in terms of not, having a tirade, obviously, about not catching a ton of passes?
Yeah, we don't really care about none of that, dog. As long as we winning, plus we already got our back end, so we good. I feel like a lot of people get football mixed up with, stats and, worrying about, what a guy's doing instead of worrying about, the win-loss column. I was just saying this to my dad the other day. I said a lot of people has taken the game that I grew up loving so much and turning it into, like, betting and turning it into, like, fantasy numbers and stuff like that. It's like I can't even enjoy a day out with my wife and my kids. Somebody always walking up to me is like, I drafted you number 1 and you've been having the worst fantasy season of your career. And it's like, bro, I do not literally care. Like, I'm with my family. Like, it's like, bro, like, only thing I care about is the Miami Dolphins winning games. And me and J-Dub, we obviously understand that. That means we got to block 1,000 times to get teams out of cover 2 or cover 4 or whatever the case may be. We'll do that. We'll come down and crack some safeties or pin some DNs, whatever we got to do, So all for the team.
Was that the product of that 54-yard Jonnu Smith touchdown? Because everybody went up to get the guys up front, and then he was wide open.
I mean, we went back and watched it on film. I feel like that was just a miscommunication by their defense, obviously. If you go back and watch it, they actually doubled Julian Hill on that play. It was 2 guys on Julian Hill. It was 44, and the safety was rotating down, doubling Julian Hill, and then I was manned up on the corner. So,
And one guy went up on motion.
see, a lot of people, they don't be, like, respecting Julian Hill. They double him on that play. And I've been saying that all week, and a lot of people have been ignoring me. Go back and watch it.
And Tyreek, you said you want to keep, the winning going. Like, what is the mindset now, getting ready to face the Patriots on Sunday?
The mindset is obviously like we in like playoff football right now. Like we got to continue to play ball. Can't lose a game, and we obviously know that our backs are against the wall. So that's the mindset. Guys are preparing like it at practice. The preparation has been great. Guys have been flying across the field on defense. So it's been a great week of preparation, man, so far.
The Raiders coach, Antonio Pierce, there was a funny clip where it looked like after Jonnu was running, you maybe said something to him. What went on there?
Nah, so like their whole sideline was telling me the whole game, like saying, "Oh, jam him up, he can't get off a jam." So when Jonnu was open, I was like, "Oops, sorry." Yeah, so that was great, man. It was a great moment, man. Football is always fun, man. Like especially in a moment like that. When your teammate is scoring and then you're obviously on their sideline, so I get a chance to talk trash. Nothing against Coach Pierce. He's obviously a great coach. He's been doing a great job, with that team. So, yeah, it was nothing.
What do you think of that first touchdown Jonnu caught? He throws the ball up in the stands and it lands with his family out there.
That's crazy. Now that's next level, man. But that's truly amazing, man, for that to happen to him. Because I feel like I had a similar situation, and the fan took the ball from me, from my mom or whatever, man. But for that to happen to Jonnu, that's amazing, man. So that's good.
You had to be pretty confident that he was going to outrun all those DBs. You knew it was a score.
Man, Jonnu's fast, believe it or not. I really think Jonnu can run like a low 4.3. He's that fast, and the way coach uses him, he does a great job of using him, putting him in situations to make plays that I've never seen before. So Jonnu, he's a real special guy.
So no doubt, you knew he was gone. Right?
I knew he was gone. No doubt. It's like Steph Curry when he shoot a 3 and Klay Thompson and everybody's like this. Y'all didn't know. It's good.
What do you like about Malik and his potential long-term and his skill set?
Well, I was talking to Wes about this, and I'm like, Malik is one of those guys that can play in the league for a long time because obviously he's smart, but he's one of those guys that he doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He'll go in and block a DN, block a linebacker, and then he'll come and then like make a clutch third down catch. And that kind of reminded me of me. My rookie year coming into the league, I had to do like some of those similar things, and it kind of like developed my game a lot, and it kind of gave me like the trust of the coaches amongst the staff in Kansas City. So Malik, he's a hard worker, very coachable guy, loves the game, always the first one in meetings, always, and he's just one of those guys that every receiver coach wants in his room, man, because he's eager to learn, always asking questions, too many questions, but he's great. He's gonna play in this league a long time.
What is Frank Smith was saying today that he's seen Tua grow in the area of scramble drill.
Right.
Tell me about that.
My biggest thing is he's not fat anymore, so he can move. He's more mobile. I don't know what more to say, but he looks amazing. I don't know what to say.
Do you encourage him to continue to look for you guys?
Yes, I do, man. I think that's where the big plays happen. And obviously Tua knows that whenever we're down the field and he breaks side to side the pocket, it's very hard for a defensive back, to keep up with, whoever it is, me, Waddle, Odell, Jonnu, Devon, whoever it is down the field, man, because those extended plays are, the ones that we really want and something that we've been, harping on this whole entire offseason.
What does River bring now that he's back? A guy who you're always taking first in your wide receiver draft with Illinois.
Well, all I got to say is we're undefeated with River Craycraft now. That's all I got to say.